Hi everyone, this is SAT practice inequalities. These are considered easy. So the first one we're doing is which of the following gives all values of j such that they satisfy the inequality that 3j, I'll rewrite it, 3j minus 4 is less than, it's supposed to be equal to, I couldn't get that on there, 6j plus 1. So basically, let's just solve for j. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3j from both sides. And I'm also going to subtract 1 from both sides. So this will cancel, and this will cancel, and you get negative 5 is less than or equal to 3j. Divide both sides by 3 to get negative 5 over 3 is less than or equal to j. Or you could say j is greater than or equal to negative 5 over 3. So that's all the values that satisfy that inequality. Okay, the next one, we want to know which of the following numbers is not a solution to this equation. So the first thing this is supposed to be an equal to here. So I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. I'm going to move the 6 to the right. And let me just write out 6x minus 9 is greater than or equal to 7x minus 5. So I'm subtracting 6x from both sides. And I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And that cancels. You get negative 4 is greater than or equal to x, and that cancels here. Or you can say x is less than or equal to negative 4. Now we have to look at our multiple choice answers. Which answer is not less than or equal to negative 4? And since that means the only answer this works because negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 4. But negative 2 is the only number that's greater than negative 4. So D is our answer. Let me cross that out. All right, next, we have an inequality word problem. So if we're going to let H represent the number of hours spent with the children, and so we have, she charges, who is this? Sam. This is number 3. So basically, we have this hour spent with the children, and we have Sam and Ron. So what are we going to do is see what all the values for H, of which Ron's total charge is greater than Sam's total charge. So basically what we get is for Sam, he charges $8 per hour and $5 for gas. So that's going to be 8H plus 5. And then Ron, he charges $8.50 per hour plus 3. So we want to know where Ron's is greater. So Ron is this one. So 8.5 plus 3 is greater than 8H plus 5. And then we're just going to solve. So when you subtract, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and multiply this whole thing through. If you want, you can multiply everything through by 10. So you're going to get 85H, there should have been an H here, sorry, plus 30 is greater than 80H plus 50. And then you can just reduce later on. So you get 5H is greater than 20, so H has to be greater than 4. And there's your answer right there. So that are all the values. So anything greater than 4 is the true answer. All right. Now we have pharmaceutical sales representative problem. Her firm gives her a weekly allowance of $300 to spend on lunches. And a restaurant where Jenny buys the lunches charges $7 for a cold dish and $11 for a hot dish, which includes the drinks. Each meal is subject to a 5.75 sales tax. So which of the following inequalities represents the number of cold dishes and hot dishes that Jenny can purchase, assuming that she purchased them from this restaurant? So basically, the way you want to write this is she's spending basically the amount she spends on cold dishes is 7C, and hot dishes is 11H. So this is a cold and hot. All right. The sales tax is 5.75%. So basically, it's going to be 1.0575 times 7C plus 11H. And I want to quickly go over what this means. That just means 1 plus, and this is your percentage, 0.0575, or you can put the 0 in front. That means, so say you had $30 and you wanted to see how much your total cost would be. You write it out like this, so it's 30 times 1, which is 30, plus the sales tax on the 30. And what they do, times your 30. So basically what they do, they just write it as 1 plus 0.0575 is just this. And that's how you get your amount. So we don't know our exact amount, but we have 7C plus 11H. So now what do we have to do? So basically, she has a weekly allowance of $3,000, so she can't go more than that. So let's be less than that. It looks like this one's it. So basically, this is our equation. All right? So it can't spend more than that. So basically, these two would go away. This one doesn't make sense because you're not multiplying the sales tax to the weekly allowance. You're multiplying it by the total of food she has to buy. $7 for the cold and $11 for the hot. Okay. What is one possible value of x minus y if you have this? So basically, we have 1/2 x minus 1/2 y here, and we need this. So if we just multiply the whole thing through by 2, so I'm going to multiply it by each term here, we're going to get 5/3 is less than x minus y is less than 3. So if you want to find a value in between 5/3, and if you know 5/3 is about, this is about 1 2/3, right? But it can't equal that. So it has to be smaller than 3, but bigger than 1 2/3. So grid in anything. So you could grid in 2 or 2.5, 2.6, anything. So anything in between there is possible. All right, thank you. Have a nice day. The next set we're going to do are a little harder, and they're considered medium. Bye-bye.